Hi everybody, this is the Baseball Head, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, Head, and welcome back to the Baseball Head too. Hope you like this video and hit that subscribe button. So we're going to talk about in this video, Shohei Ohtani. This guy, my God, I'll tell you, don't ever doubt me. You've been following me for a while. I said there's something off about this guy. And now we're starting to see a lot of this stuff. He should have stayed with the Angels, where there was no pressure. It's funny that they're in the same town, Los Angeles, but the heat is on the Dodgers. And the spotlight is on Ohtani in a way I don't think he was expecting. I'm going to read you this headline, and I think this kind of encapsulates this guy. He's a very strange individual. And the Dodgers are making themselves look foolish. And, you know, we'll get into this. A headline from CBS Sports. Fan who caught Shohei Ohtani's first Dodgers home run says she didn't even get to meet the superstar. Ohtani slugged the first homer of his $700 million contract Wednesday night. Okay? Superstar Shohei Ohtani recently hit his first home run since signing a record $700 million free agent contract with the Dodgers this past offseason. His first homer as a Dodger came during the Wednesday night's win over the rival Giants. As Sam Bloom of The Athletic reports, longtime Dodgers fan Amber Roman, caught the ball and as custom met with team officials to discuss handing over the ball so that Ohtani could have it as a keepsake. Bloom details what were, according to Roman, high-pressure tactics by the Dodgers to persuade her to hand over the ball. Through interpreter Will Iriton, Ohtani said he was able to talk to the fan and was able to get it back. Obviously, it's a very special ball. A lot of the feelings towards it. I'm very grateful that it's back. Now, here's the problem. Let me read you this. And it says it. The problem is that Roman and her husband told Bloom that they never met Ohtani, which puts the seemingly benign quote about above in a different light. Let it be noted, however, that Ohtani said he talked to the fan, while met is Roman's word choice in Bloom's story. Hours after the Athletics report was published, the LA Times' Dylan Hernandez, who's fluent in Japanese, said Ohtani technically didn't say that he was the person who spoke to the fan. He made it sound as if it was. And here we go, the press defending the player. Speaking of which, Iriton is quite new to his role as Ohtani's translator. That's because Ohtani's former translator, Ipe Misahura, is at the center of a still unfolding gambling scandal that has ensnared Ohtani himself. That, of course, is the necessary backdrop to any Ohtani story that goes beyond what he does on the field. Now, here's the thing. Now, I saw this rant by Christopher Mad Dog Russo on Friday. He's absolutely right. Because on what he said. The interpreter, they said Ohtani and his lawyer said that Misahara stole from him. If he stole from him, the authorities in Los Angeles and in California would be up this guy's ass. He would be charged at some point. Okay? We know that Ohtani's name was mentioned in this investigation with this bookie. And because apparently Ohtani signed off on $4.5 million of gambling debts that Ipe had owed. And that's where the name is. Now, like I've said in other videos, Ohtani is not being fingered as someone that committed a crime. And neither was the interpreter, the former interpreter. The interpreter said that Ohtani knew about the debt and that he was more than willing to help him with the debt. This guy is a very strange individual. Let me read you further on this story. The fan, Roman, also alleged that the team shorted her on what she would consider a fair exchange for the deal, sending her home with just 2 signed hats and a signed bat and ball. A spokesperson for the Dodgers said the team was open to a further conversation with the fan about the transaction, but did not comment on whether or not Ohtani met or talked to her. No, because he did not meet with her. Okay? And if he met with her, you know people are going to say, I want to take a picture with Shohei. There are no pictures. That's it. Because if the woman and her husband met with the player, they would have taken a picture. Everybody's taking pictures with their phones. They're taking pictures of food, sunsets, rocks, plants. They're going to want to take a picture with the guy that's considered the best player in baseball. And he, of course, is, the modern day Babe Ruth. I would mention, this guy does not talk to the press. He has all these people around him. He's got the Japanese press around him, and he talks to nobody. If he's the modern day Babe Ruth, he would be talking to everybody. Babe Ruth talked to everybody. He couldn't shut him up. That guy reveled in the spotlight. This guy doesn't revel in the spotlight, and I wonder why. I have my suspicions about this player. Down the line, I've had these suspicions for quite a while. Again, how was he able to recover after pitching so well and then next day hitting home runs and playing every day? How is he able to do that? When no player has been able to do that in the 140-year history, 150-year history of Major League Baseball. The great Babe Ruth himself said you can't do it. It's impossible to play every day and pitch every 5 days or 4. And he was pitching on a 4-day, 4-man rotation back in 100 years ago. How is this guy able to do it? Well, he couldn't do it because he blew his arm out. But you have to ask yourself, how is he able to recover after every start? To be able to DH, even to swing the bat every day. I don't know. You can come up with your own ideas on that. And this thing with the interpreter. How does the interpreter get the credit from the bookie when he's only making less than $400,000, $500,000 with the Angels? And he's Ohtani's he's his friend, his business partner, he's called him. And hours before they fired him, about an hour before they fired him, that's the Dodgers, Ohtani was yucking it up in the dugout in Korea. This is a very strange individual with Ohtani. I don't trust him. And I would mention, he's a .274 career hitter. Okay? If you look at him as a hitter, is he a Hall of Famer? He hasn't done long enough. As a pitcher, is he a Hall of Famer? He hasn't done long enough. People are getting his plaque ready to be a Hall of Famer. He's not there yet, and he keeps getting hurt with his pitching arm. Now, I would mention, if you notice, that Mookie Betts is hitting like crazy because this guy's batting behind him. But Ohtani's numbers right out of the gate are not great, and a lot of it has to do with the fact that he's nursing that elbow, that right elbow of his. I'm sure the numbers will get better, but I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is. He's fun to watch when he pitches and he hits. It's, who wouldn't want to watch that? But this situation, he's a very strange guy. He's a bit of a dandy. First of all, when he brought his dog out and people were asking, well, what's the name of your animal? What's the name of your pet? He wouldn't say it. Nobody knew that he was engaged and that he got married. And then when the press talked to the Angels, his former team, they're like, we don't really know much about him. And he played 6 years. I mean, that's a very strange guy. Because you live basically in a clubhouse with all these guys for 6, 7 months, 8 months. And you don't know a player? You don't know somebody? He's hiding something. And it's more than just the gambling. That's how I look at it. I don't know how other people look at it. And I would mention, he's also a liar now. He's a known liar because he lied about meeting this fan. With all the money that he's making, $700 million, and all the money and the value of the Dodgers organization, they couldn't have given this woman. And in this story, I didn't mention this. She wanted to get the ball authenticated. And they told her, no, we're not authenticating it for you. Because she wanted to sell it. And they bullied her into giving it up. And they took her in another room away from her husband. What is this? What are these gangster tactics that the Dodgers are employing? Just to protect this SOB? Very strange story. And he's a very strange guy. And the Dodgers have found themselves in a very strange situation again with a player. The last player was Trevor Bauer. They found themselves in a bad situation. Giving tons of money to a very strange individual. Oh well. We'll see if they win a World Series this year. They've gotten off to a very strange start, to be honest with you. Especially with this player and this cloud now hanging over him. Now he's a known liar about something so small and petty, and it hurts a fan. Great. What great fan relations he's got. He's got such a great relationship with the fans, doesn't he? Well, let me know what you think about this video, and of course, please subscribe to Baseball at 2, and I'll see you later.